Welcome everyone. Today we have week 3 of the weekly challenges, and the first race is the FF Challenge 450 at Cuba, and I'm in the Civic Type R. That was the event prize from the Honda Racing Time Attack. A fairly easy race, just keep in mind that it might rain, like it did for me, so switch to intermediates during the start screen if you see rain at that point. At the backstretch on the first lap, you'll easily be getting P1, and just gotta focus on your driving in the rain, so you don't spin out during the last lap. And with this race being just 2 laps, you'll be done in no time at all, even with a wet track, and ready to move on to race 2. And that is the American Sunday Cup 500 at Willow Springs, aka Big Willow, and I've chosen to drive my Fast and Furious inspired 1970 Superbird. With it being fully upgraded and overpowered, it makes the race easy to win, but the car itself needs some sensitive handling, unlike me here, but thankfully I held it. Here in the second lap, fighting Doc Brown for P1, a little Back to the Future versus Fast and Furious, Doc versus Dom, a cool funny moment I only realized when I caught up to him. And hear me again, not being sensitive to the handling and pushing it too hard. Luckily I had a big enough lead to not lose the race, but it just shows you need to control this car. Definitely not the best car for this race, but it did make it fun for me, and you're guaranteed to win if it's fully upgraded, and you can have a little Doc Brown versus Dominic Toretto battle. Now on to the third race, where it starts to be more of a challenge, especially for me, in the snow, starting to get a better feel for it, but still nowhere close enough to being good yet. I tried using what I learned from the Yaris time trial, but since I'm in the Hyundai Genesis Group B rally car and all the specs are different, it didn't work out the same way. Not being used to opponents in the snow, I was hitting everything to begin this race, like this. And like this. The only cool part was cutting between these two on the turn. Second lap, I was still hitting the walls, but moving up the field though. Third lap, and the trend hasn't stopped, hitting walls and taking positions. I'm in P2 with P1 in my sights and just gotta try to keep it steady for the pass. At the next section, I had a fun little back and forth battle for the lead, and with the AI bumping me, together with my bad driving, made the unexpected battle a lot more fun. Through this straight, through the finish line, you see the power P1 has over me and keeps me in P2 the whole way, but thanks to the fact the AI brake early, I'm able to go for the pass. And here finishing the race with a small lead on the field, but getting the win, now on to the fourth race. And that would be the Schwarzwald League at Catalonia, and I'm driving the new Group 3 Porsche 911, and I thought this race would have been a little more of a challenge on hard difficulty. But 5 laps in this Porsche made it pretty simple. The handling and the speed made it a great learning experience for using this car moving forward. End of the second lap, and I'm already getting the lead, and it's pretty clear sailing from here to the end. With the lead you'll build, any crashes shouldn't affect you winning. And that's what gave me the time to learn the car better, seeing how much I could push it on turns and get a better feel for how it handles. That's what's making me think of trying it in Group 3 online races. And that brings us to the end, with a decent sized lead on the field and an easy win. And the final race of week 3 is the last race of the first new menu book, the World Touring Car 900. I'll be showing this full race in a video coming shortly, as well as the others. For these races, I decided to use the Red Bull X 2019 25th anniversary. This race has tire wear and fuel consumption, and I have my fuel map at 3 for this entire race. This car was good enough that I was able to afford wiping out and still getting the win in the end. With this race being 10 laps, you'll need to figure out when you want to pit, and I chose the end of the 5th lap. And if you made it this far into the video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. A simple click for you is a big deal to the channel and means more than I can express. Thank you. Exiting in P11 in the middle of the field and half the race left, definitely have the time to get the lead for the win. Even made another mistake and took a little off-road trip, but I held it together and got back on track. Close to the end of the 8th lap, I get P1, also with the help of the AI pitting at different times to refuel. And here, crossing the line with a somewhat decent lead, this race took just under 20 minutes to complete, and in the Red Bull X, it was fun and not hard at all. Hope you enjoyed and see you next time.